So they've been, somebody's rung 999. We've got a kitchen light here, we've got a fat fire. So you can hear the smoke alarms going off now. That's given us a heads up that actually we've got a fire situation and we need to respond to this. So somebody would have run 999 now on hearing the fire alarm system. That would have gone through to our joint fire control, and they, using all the computer systems that they've got, will then send the fire call down to the local individuals. It'll program it on the fire engine, it'll program the route, which will allow them to respond as quickly as they possibly can. So we're now just going to introduce a tiny bit of water into that oil.
Oh my goodness.
So you can see that amount of flames. So if that was in your kitchen, that would have rolled across your wooden ceiling, all over your cabinets. So the wooden cabinets would now be covered in sticky burning oil. So that's going to need an intervention. So hopefully in a minute we'll get our crews from Pevensey, and that's really hot for me as well. So I'm going to go stand over here. So here they come now, crews from Pevensey. So they're now going to enter the scene. Left-hand seat on their first fire engine will be allocated the incident commander. So they've parked away from the incident, so now the incident commander will come out of their chair and they will go around and do an assessment of what is required. So we're doing this a little bit of slow time now, so we're just going to observe what's going on, make an assessment of the scene, what's required to be done, but primarily our first role will be saving life. So as you see, there is only 4 firefighters on that initial attendance. So we're just simulating here that where the individual's on the floor, that's completely full of smoke, that whole area. So the crew commander who's in charge, smoke alarm's still going off, has asked his breathing apparatus crew to go under air. So that means they're putting on the equipment, they're breathing the air from the tanks that's on their back. They will then don all of their safety equipment. Now the protective equipment that they're wearing, it's a Bristol PPE uniform, and we can actually go into buildings and into fires, and that will protect us up to in excess of 800 degrees Celsius. So they will go into there, you'll see there's no items of skin exposed. They're having a double check from the incident commander to make sure they're safe. Their personal protective equipment is now checked. They will have a tally, so you'll hear some funny bleeping noises. So we'll take that out of the set, and that monitors how much air they've got, what temperature they've got going into, and that will send that electronically, remotely to the board that you can see on the back of the fire engine. So you'll see now they're picking up a hose reel. That's our smallest branch. This is capable of delivering 100 litres of water a minute, up to a pressure of up to 50 bar. So we'll take this in at 27 bar for a property fire like this. They will deal with that and at 100 litres a minute, and they'll put that out. Within the middle of the fire engine, so there we're doing that, what we're simulating there is in a significant fire, one of the crew members is taking out the casualty. We saw the person cooling the gases, so that's to allow the temperature to cool in the environment. Then they will go on to attack the fire at its base. So therefore, all the stuff that's flammable, be the property and all the gases, are dealt with, the casualties dealt with, and then once the fire is out, we can then deal with the post-incident stuff. So the water itself comes from the middle of the fire engine. Within the middle of the fire engine, you can see at the back, there is a tank. That's got 1,800 litres of water in it, and we will use that, and this hose here will last for about 15 minutes. Should we give them a round of applause for putting that fire out? Well done, crews. So that's the first bit that they would do. So they've actually put the fire out now. That's absolutely fantastic. They will now have a hot debrief to see how they performed against what we need to do and whether we did it safely. And then what we'll do is we'll clean all of our equipment, we'll put it back. The breathing apparatus sets themselves they'll be properly and thoroughly cleaned to remove all the contaminants to remain firefighter safety. And that will go back to station and will be cleaned for a second time. And then what we'll do before we leave the scene, we will make sure that everybody who's been affected in that and surrounding properties have been offered one of our home safety visits. So that's the end of that demonstration. So again, a reiteration, just while we're going to turn things around. So let's have one more round of applause to the crews from Pevensey, because they're going to have a really, really quick turnaround now, because they're going to go back out and we're going to be joined by our colleagues from Sussex Police and CCAM, and I'm not sure who else is going to join us for the road traffic collision demonstration. So what we're going to do now is these guys are going to make up their equipment and they're going to leave the arena, and then we're going to set up for the multi-agency road traffic collision demonstration. Thank you for your time.
Thanks very much, Paul, for that great demo and the commentary there, and to the team who brought that firefighting gear on in this hot weather. So you can imagine they're pretty hot. A quick announcement: check you haven't lost a ring. Check your fingers. We just had handed in a ring. It's gold coloured. If you have, then come to the marquee and describe it for us, and you can have it back. It's a man's ring, by the way. It's a man's ring, a gold-coloured ring. So thanks again to the fire services there for that great demo. So coming up next, it's the big one. It's the last one of the day.